My name is Carol Butler, and this may be the new place where the Carol Butler Show goes live. Again, I've been on another platform for, I think, right at 3 years. So this is really testing, although I always, in the Carol Butler Show, include a video, which I will do in a second. I'm going to show you what I want to focus on for at least the first few shows until I tell you what I'm really going to be doing, and I do a lot of things. So I'm getting faster with the buttons. You know, this is public speaking, so that's why a lot of people don't do live shows. They're afraid of flubbing up. I'm not. I flub up all the time, and you just go on. I feel like the audience, the community is always rooting for you, and they want to learn something, and they want to learn something quickly. My show will only go 18 minutes or less unless I do an interview. One of the more fascinating interviews I did was with a beekeeper. And another one was with Catherine Gillis, a traditional analog, that's what that means, retoucher for black and white photos for film photographers. And we spent 3 years creating a school for that. Hey, a little plug, but that's not why I'm here. I want to move my show to YouTube. I think people are more comfortable here. It's a little bit different using the software. I hope to go pro this afternoon, but I've got to make sure this is posting. Since I'm unannounced to anyone, including myself, I can see a comment screen, but I don't know that I'm showing up live. There's so many things or ways to get on YouTube, and this software is one of them. So let me show you my video. It's very short, but I'm a videographer, one of the many things that I do, and this sort of speeds my show up to go from live to go to showing you my intentions. So take a look. I'll be back. For many years, I felt like I had continuously reinvented my life, whether it was what all of us would call the unforeseen circumstances in our lives, or because I made a conscious choice I needed to change or to change. Now I realize it was the universe nudging me toward the experiences I needed to have to better understand those which were always on the edge of appearing. A man named Friedrich Nietzsche once wrote, "One must have chaos in oneself in order to give birth to a dancing star." Translated, it says, what is often must disintegrate, so that which is to be created can emerge from within. Stars burst into existence, so did you. Stars burst out of existence, so will we all. We have a creative spark that is meant to burst out of us to enable us to create. You didn't just materialize from thin air. You were an intention with a purpose, no matter what your five senses may be demonstrating now. You are a star meant to dance, and we all do it differently. And you have no idea how much light you bring to the world when you are simply the magnificent you. I haven't been continuously reinventing myself, I've decided. I've been recreating myself inside out. As Dr. Wayne Dyer was fond of pointing out, and I'm paraphrasing, you are not what you do, because do you disappear when you cease doing what you do? We so identify with our titles, our self-descriptions of who we've understood we are, who others told us we were, and letting what we do for a living determine who we are. We are so much more than doers. If you believe you are a spiritual being having a human experience, then you will enjoy what I will be sharing. I wrote a book 8 years ago called Living Inside Out, and I will be using my own words with some of the most cherished spiritual leaders of times past and times present. Why would you care? Let me postulate a couple of things. Is your life all you wanted or thought it would be? We all can write our own life stories and change our directions and experiences. That's the fun of life, that we have that power and freedom, really. I'm a big Ernest Holmes fan. More on that in another show. He wrote, "The greatest thing that has ever come to the world is the recognition that there is a creativeness in the mind of each one that uses an infinite creativeness, and that you can enter this universal goodness and take from it as much as you are ready to receive. When you understand you are a divine being, and what else could you be? Our source is what we are made of, meaning bluebird eggs don't hatch into little whales, cats don't give birth to dogs. We are creators, born from a supreme creator, and surprisingly enough, we are not taught the implications, the sheer possibilities and doors that are open to us. We don't think we have the ability to awaken these gifts, and it's all waiting inside where it's always been. Expect me to connect with those of you who feel that yearning, who have had that longing to tap into what is an infinite knowledge of the universe, whose energy is inside you. We are immersed in infinite good, even as we feel unworthy, have issues with relationships or money, or find ourselves more focused on others' expectations more than our own. We are repeatedly reminded by so many spiritual teachers to act as if you are experiencing now what you want, not act as if you expect them to come one day in the future. Pretend, if you will, that what you desire is present. You bring the best of your longings to life this way. If you can imagine it, you can have it. This is what I've struggled with. The belief that if I imagine it and it doesn't happen, was I simply lying to myself? You will see it, says Dr. Wayne Dyer, when you believe it, not vice versa. He wrote a book about it. In the latter years of his life, he wrote a wonderful book about wishes fulfilled and another about the power of intentions, all stressing this apparently hard-to-grasp concept that all that you want you can have by believing you already have it. You can train your thoughts. That's right. You have the power over whatever you want to think. I've learned, and others teach, that if you look for good, you find it. If you look for bad, it finds you. Your feelings impact how you choose to look at things. Stir in desire with faith, belief, and relax into the proposition that the universe is always for you, not against you. Being grateful every day for the smallest of pleasures makes you a stronger magnet for more and bigger and better delights. I believe we are all given the power, the energy to create whatever we believe in because we are all part of our invisible force and source. Making your intentions a reality will be one of the first things I address. Hope you will follow me as I share a lifetime of truths discovered by mistakes made, which, as it turns out, were not always mistakes. Your thoughts, feelings, your attitude, and your presence are all that you'll be able to explore with me, because your life is part of the same source as everyone you've ever met. We all are able to see and feel from within, not without. What a powerful difference this has made in my own journey as the stardust I've always felt I was, and know you are too. So it looks like I'm going to have to comment on my own video. One thing you learn is to keep your phone off when you're doing a live broadcast. And since I didn't announce it and I didn't have a friend ready to comment, I'm wondering that while my show is live and I'm playing a video, if someone could still comment while the video is going on. Like, how cool. This could have been a podcast that wasn't visual, but then that would defeat the purpose of me having fun as a videographer. And I may do a podcast too. If you're human, and this is the quote, you have a calling to live your genius. And Gay Hendricks said that. And mine, I'm not going to limit and pigeonhole myself. So I like the title Light Worker. There's so many things that I can do that I think would help so many people inside out, from publishing a book to editing a video to next time I do a show, and it actually gets on YouTube, which I'm wondering why it didn't the last time. This is like a double redo. I will find out, and then I will go pro, and then you'll be able to interact with me through some software called Zoom.us rather than the old-timey Skype that no one even knows how to work, and I can't get anybody to Skype with me, but I can get people to Zoom with me easily. It's pretty simple, as relatively software is. Zoom.us is pretty simple, and this software is very interesting. It's very different than it is on Facebook. I've already done the usual, flubbed it somewhere, but please subscribe if you want to know when I'm going to be on next. I promise you not to keep you over 18 minutes unless I have an interview, and I have two people in mind, so stay tuned and let me sparkle out of here. Thank you for watching.